It's alright to lose yourself, as long as you can find yourself again. Yeah. You see, every morning that you wake up, you're feeling like shit, feeling like you lost grip of everything. Time slipping away, and it seems like every day you're going through the same old thing. But come on, lift your head up, things will change. Go ahead, it's alright to lose yourself, as long as you can find yourself again, find yourself again, find yourself again, find yourself again. I look up from where my head comes from. It's alright to lose yourself, as long as you can find yourself again. Find yourself again. It's alright.
It's all alright. It's all okay. We all get lost along the way. We gotta move ourselves and we gotta stay away. It's a long ways away. When we headed to the top, we gotta keep going. We can never stop, we can never give in to the pressures within. We gotta keep our heads up high and keep holding on. Even if we lose ourselves, you can still choose to be true to yourself. Or you can find the energy within, be yourself again, or be one of the greatest that's ever lived.
I look up from where my head comes from. It's alright to lose yourself, as long as you can find yourself again.
It's alright.
Find yourself again.
Aight.
Go ahead and lose it. It's alright.
When I stare up at the sky, start to wonder why. Sometimes I wanna cry, cause I see that I'm always stuck up in a rut, doing the same stuff. See me crash into a wall, cause I'm messing up. But I pray I keep on moving like that water flowing. Consistency is key, so that's how I'm going. See myself, lose myself, and I ain't know it. But somehow I find myself, and God know I own. So I'm sticking to this music, cause that's what I'm choosing. Teach my children, be the message, not utter confusion. It's okay to lose yourself, cause this world cruelin'. To lose yourself and find yourself is how you really winning. Yeah, easy.
I look up from where my head comes from. It's alright to lose yourself, as long as you can find yourself again. Find yourself again. Go ahead and lose it. It's alright. It's alright to lose yourself, as long as you can find yourself again. Yeah. You see, every morning that you wake up, you're feeling like shit, feeling like you lost grip of everything. Time slipping away, and it seems like every day you're going through the same old thing. But come on, lift your head up, things will change. Go ahead, it's alright to lose yourself, as long as you can find yourself again, find yourself again, find yourself again, find yourself again. I look up from where my head comes from. It's alright to lose yourself, yourself again. Go ahead and lose it. It's alright.
It's all alright. It's all okay. We all get lost along the way. We gotta move ourselves and we gotta stay away. It's a long ways away. From the bottom, when we headed to the top, we gotta keep going. We can never stop. We can never give in to the pressures within. We gotta keep our heads up high and keep holding on. Even if we lose ourselves, you can still choose to be true to yourself. You can find the energy within and be yourself again. You'll be one of the greatest that's ever lived.
I look up from where my head comes from. It's alright to lose yourself. As long as you can find yourself again.
It's alright.
Find yourself again.
Aight.
Go ahead and lose it. It's alright.
When I stare up at the sky, start to wonder why. Sometimes I wanna cry, cause I see that I'm always stuck up in the rut, doing the same stuff. See me crash into a wall, cause I'm messing up. But I pray I keep on moving like that water flowing. Consistency is key, so that's how I'm going. See myself, lose myself, and I ain't know it. But somehow I find myself, and God know I own. So I'm sticking to this music, cause that's what I'm choosing. Teach my children, be the message, not utter confusion. It's okay to lose yourself, cause this world crueling. To lose yourself and find yourself is how you really winning. Yeah, please.
I look up from where my head comes from. It's alright to lose yourself. As long as you can find yourself again. Find yourself again. Go ahead and lose it. It's alright.
Yeah, what's the business? Hear my shizness. Y'all know when I flow, I just gotta give it after I use the beat. I'ma show you what it is. It's all hollows on the beat. Shout out to the crib. Yeah, that's my digs. What's happening with you folks? Tuesday, talk about it Tuesday. Yeah, you know it. Y'all go ahead and do your shares, and share likes. You know what we do on a Tuesday night. We always have us a nice little topic to talk about. You know what I mean? And as you know what I'm saying, we here to put it in for you, man. We do what we do, man. We just it's crazy how we go through the things we go through every day. We just try not to, you know, make too many ways, man. Shit can go either way. A lot of times, you know, we work in these spaces. You know, we work in these spaces. So, you know, we be having all types of shit go down. And especially on the Peasy show. So, you know, we talk, we have this conversation. You know, we love to talk to y'all. You know what I mean? We love talking with y'all because these conversations are absolutely needed. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely needed. And real talk, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, tonight's conversation is one that I did and I want to talk about with you guys. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like we don't really get enough of a chance to talk about this. You know what I'm saying? We don't get much of a chance to talk about this kind of shit. And I think we should. You know what I mean? Like, I really think we should. You know what I mean? So y'all bear with me. I'm sending my information. I'm sharing. I hope you guys are too. So, you know, do what we do. Let's do what we do and share the function that we are functioning. You know what I'm saying? Even though they say they're sharing. Justin, what's happening with you, man? I'm checking in. Appreciate you for checking in. Yo, share this thing out. Let them folks know that we're in here. Yo, at the same time, I do want to let y'all know, man, tomorrow, you know what it is, New Wave Music Wednesday. Tap in with your boy if you got artists. If you're an artist out there, you want to play some music, you want to get your music played over here on the show, we got you. Tap in with us. We trying to do what you do. We trying to do you and represent for you because we want to hear what's going on with you and show you some love on the channel right here with the Blind MC. You know what it is. It's me. Me. You know, please don't make me play the theme. I've been getting pinged for them episodes. So I have to let y'all know that. You know what I mean? Like, it's just crazy. I think what I have to do is just, you know, Peasy Show may have to like distribute its own shit. Might have to distribute its own shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, like, you know how we do, man. This shit goes down a different way every time. You know what I'm saying? We just have to like work on our, you know, approach the shit. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you know what I mean? We know how to do this, man. Shout out to you and yours. But like we do this all the time, man. We work on how we can advance our situation and take each and every step to its, you know, full potential. You know what I mean? Not overlooking anything, you know what I mean? Because we want to make sure that everything we're doing is on the level that it needs to be on in order for it to work in our favor and make sense to anyone else that's understanding it from a standpoint of, you know, uh, working with me, you know what I mean, working with the people here on the Peasy Show. We try to make sure, you know what I mean, we got everything set up. But I know personally, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Marvin is the only one functioning in this bitch. So hey, it is what it is, right? But y'all gotta come, you know, let me know what we're doing, and I got you, man. We'll put it together. We'll see what we can do. Artists, y'all know what it is. We still doing artist interviews. That's why I'm just saying this shit now, getting it out the way, right? So tonight, for all of you, keeping y'all in health. I appreciate y'all. Y'all know what we do, man. Falakash, what's happening, man? I don't know how to pronounce that name. I'm sorry if I chop that shit the fuck up, Brody. But Salakash, okay, that's what it is. Okay, I appreciate the name. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate the follow yesterday too, bro. But I wish I knew how to like say your name really, really. I would love to do interviews with artists that you guys that I play on this show on my Wednesday night episode. So just so you know, You know what I mean? I'm letting everybody that's joining in. I seen some new followers that tapped in with us tonight on the IG side. All of you guys over there on Facebook and YouTube, I appreciate you guys too. Y'all know what it is, but I got to pay attention to my peoples that's responding. If you know what it is and you want to tap in with the show on Facebook and YouTube, you know what to do. Hit the link that you see posted and should be pinned in the comment section of the live stream. So all I need you guys to do is do that. And I got you, fam. It's what we do here on the show. We try to give you guys a format, a floor that y'all can live on. You know what I'm saying? Because here we got all this stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? And we try to, keep it functioning in a way where everything works without all of this distortion and sound effects and crazy shit and wave. Like the only time you really hear a lot of the noise with that is mostly when we play music. And unfortunately, I can't help that due to the fact that like my audio, I needed to hear. And if it's played over the speaker, that's how it's played. Unfortunately, I can't get it to just play the music over the speaker and keep the talk audio over the phone. It's so weird. I wish that was actually the choice, because it would probably be a lot more easier to manage, because then it wouldn't be a problem for me to turn up the talk volume for it so I can hear it if I have a problem hearing it. See what I'm saying? But you know what we do here. Talk About It Tuesday, topic of the day. Today we got a topic for you guys. We're going to have a conversation with you about this topic. I want to talk to you guys about how you deal with other people's attitudes, right? So that's the question of the day. How do you deal with other people's attitudes? Our topic is about just dealing with different emotions, managing through these shits, man. Because, like, real talk, man, there's some fucking people out here in the world that'll make you say, y'all done make me lose my mind. Up in here, up in here. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, folks. Like, just keeping it real. Had a situation today, you know what I mean? Me and my aide, were walking in line to getting, some supplies from a resource service that I was going through. And I tapped into these people, and the lady in there who was conveying or working in the facility was, all rude about the situation. I mean, she was very disgruntled. It seemed as if she was having herself a terrible Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? So we wanted to wind it up. I was kind of like trying to play it cool in my own way, because I was basically not the person involved, more or less, rather than it being my assistant who was being verbally reviewing, what was physically actually, ocularly reviewing the treatment that they were making me, utilize in effort to assist, and say they were willing and able to assist in this manner. So, at this point, like I said, I didn't say a word. I had no idea that this, would be certain thing, such a thing. But personally, I don't try to get into the, the logistics of how people, dictate certain situations. I feel like that would have applied more of a attentive hand, saying, hey, well, since he is, coming here and he can't see, we should accommodate him and see if there's anything that we can do to assist you and him to getting whatever he needs and what he may need to look for, what he may be looking for. Is there anything in particular? You could have assisted in that form to set a precedent of saying, hey, this person is disabled and in a form that needs a little more attention than the other fellows that are in the facility looking for the same, assistance, right? But, I guess some people don't have the common courtesy or common consideration. You know what I mean? So I look at these things in observation, and I seen my form of how I took it in, and I seen also the form of how my assistant did. And that is overall something I feel like probably should have been someone I have should have had around me before personally when it comes to the situation, because she defended me in that manner. But second, honestly, I feel like you guys, we gotta figure out a situation more or less like um something to the effect of working with people, you know what I mean, who have these uh miscommunicational issues when it comes to like relaying responses, or even, commanding situations, or coordinating situations, I'd say coordinating efforts of sorts, you know what I mean? Because this is, just asking a simple question and being presented with much of a combative stance as far as a response to this, inquisitive query. You know what I mean? It was very strange to me how the approach came, but you know what I'm saying? That's just my thing. So first I was like, it just didn't seem right. You know what I'm saying? It seemed real strange. Like I said, it's just the attitude. I noticed I've had that same response upon situations like this before, but I didn't think too far into it because of the fact that I was unaided, and I would assume that because I was unaided, even in this state, that they would have acknowledged that and said, "Oh, well, with you being blind, okay, well, see if we can help, so we get somebody to help you here and assist you." But that took on a whole new precedent because of the assistance. So I believe that was more or less the thing that was going on. But at the same time, it was more or less, just a um a whole discombobulated scenario. But in all honesty, the overall conversation brings me to tonight's topic. How do you guys manage and deal with other people attitudes? And like, come on, like this is something of a series of situations that we often find ourselves caught up in, because we technically be looking around and be like, damn, these motherfuckers be trying us, man. All the time be trying to, like, it seems like they are, looking for a way to trigger or seem to like poke at the bear sort of thing. So it's like, how do you maneuver around these situations without feeling like everybody is willing to just, be able to take these pokes at you, and without being able to, without looking like you're, that type of person? Because this shit's crazy, bro. Folks be acting real strange about shit nowadays, man. Like, I mean, look at it like this. Okay, if you pulled up somewhere and you've been sitting there waiting because you had to wait in line, get a ticket, wait for your number to be called, and all of that took upwards of 3 hours almost. All right, just to get in the door, almost 3 hours. You know what I'm saying? Almost 2 hours just getting, just getting signed up, set up with the process. You know, it was out. And then by the time, everybody, was accounted for and all of that, is like, come on now. The numbers game was ridiculous today, man. And then for all of that, the attitude that was taken in, or that was displayed, it was unnecessary. It didn't seem like it needed to be something that took on such a form, because it wasn't that deep. You know what I mean? It was not that deep at all. It needed to be analyzed a different way. and at least assessed a different way, more or less. For you know what I'm saying, for the most part. Because I mean, it was a common and more concerning but considerable answer that should have only gotten, well, ma'am, just so we don't technically work, deal with, individuals who are like this, but because he is a special case and he's here and he's looking for our services, we can accommodate him in this form. You know what I mean? Like, every situational occupational situation should, and I feel like this should be something of a more basic need for people, because how is it that you run a business but you can't be contacted, and your offices to reach someone have uh difficulty for certain, but everybody else is fine. You see what I'm saying? Normal people are fine, but people with disabilities are not. You know what I mean? So I think of all of that as well, as in addition to all of that stuff too. But my main thing, I'm just saying, man, my main thing, I'm honestly really going on is back the fact, you know what I mean? Like, how do you feel about how people who have these levels of authority or titles, so to speak? You know what I mean? How do you feel about that? Like, how do you feel about, like, how do you deal with certain people and their way of, like, getting at you in that manner? You know what I'm saying? Like, come hit me up, man. Talk to me about it if you familiar with this scenario. You know what I'm saying? All my folks in the hood that's knowing what we talking about, we know what the fuck I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? We talking about these programs, these resource outlets in the communities that we be clicking in with. Some of these goddamn community leaders there in that program, and these programs there in locals, you know what I'm saying? Depending on where you are, man, you deal with a lot of adverse situations, and the shit just seems like it works one minute and then it goes into shit another. But you know what I'm saying? You work with what you can. You try to go for what you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it just goes into a whole frenzy of feelings from people of a different variety, and you don't know how really to go at the shit. You don't want to be an asshole, but you also don't want people to, take feel like they can take advantage of you just by their title and the fact that they think that they may have some sort of, at tactical advantage, more or less. But while y'all think about that, man, and hit me up, man. We about to take us a nice little smoke break for the West Coast. Smoke some dank if you got it. Thank you.
My pleasure. Just doing the job. Here is your reminder.
I know
It's
it.
time to smoke some dank for the West Coast.
It's time to smoke some dank for the West Coast. Yes. Smoke your dank, folks. And you know what I mean? Like, we just be doing shit like this all the time, right? You notice that, right? Oh, yeah. You see it? Chicken like a motherfucker. Smoking like a motherfucker. Yeah, high like a motherfucker. Yeah, we do it like a motherfucker. That's right. Oh, yeah. And that was a hell of a smoke break for the folk tape. I appreciate my folks over there on the 420 side of the time. You know what I'm saying? Hoo-wee! Ha! You know I love it. I hope you do too. Everybody should be a little 420 friendly every now and again. Invite yourself. I do all the time. But anyway, back to what we do. Now, the conversation that we are talking about today, topic of the day, is based off of this good ideal that we want to make an understanding of other people's you know, just the attitudes about shit, like, cause this shit be crazy, man. So yeah, we're asking that question, and we're looking for y'all to give us that answer for tonight's question of the day. If you're here, or if you're on the recap side of life, if you tapped in with us on the night's episode, please drop one in the comments one time for the folks shine. I'm just letting you know what we talking about tonight is just, hey man, it's up to you to join in if you want, man. But hey, we can do a lot of other things tonight. I mean, we also can do other things. But at the same time, you being on the show makes it a lot more involving, and it gives us a more inviting conversation that opens the floor to other discussions where more people can join in and talk about this whole thing and put it all down. So y'all need to tune in with us, man. Just talk to us about this topic tonight, or any other topic that we top up with. You know what I mean? It's just what we do here when we tune in with you guys weeknights on the show. So it's what we do. But I appreciate it. I appreciate, people that know how to navigate these situations. And I'm pretty sure I do a pretty decent job myself of navigating different emotions in front of me and trying to mitigate who I feel like is being genuine about themselves or who isn't. All of these different pinnacle reasons why I attract to certain people, or certain people attracts to me now that used to probably didn't, or more or less had no interest in. So I look forward to the new encounters, but I also look forward to you know meeting a host of what I could consider someone to be my next you know someone to be a friend to. You know what I mean? I'm just looking for more or less somebody to be cool with. I ain't looking for nobody to you know be on some, like, fucking me in love shit. No, we got our I got that situation covered. I'm just like, dude, I need a friend. Like a real genuine. But you build those kind of things. So that takes time, and I understand that. But we're not even on that type of subject. Tonight's subject, we're talking about people's attitudes and how we deal with people's attitudes, because people have, like, really gotten to a point now where their attitudes have gotten more aggressive. I mean, it used to be you could hear a motherfucker talking shit across the street a couple times and everybody let it go. Nowadays motherfuckers talking shit across the street might mean something for real going on. 'Cause, you never know. And then it's like, but it be some wild shit going on. And then the fact of the matter is, it's like we all look at these whole things and we're trying to, like, come up with an answer for all of this stuff. We're trying to figure out what the fuck, why the fuck, and how the fuck can we get a better solution? Can we find something that fits a diameter. It's not going to be possible to fit a diameter that's going to respectfully give everybody on the planet a peaceful resolution. You know what I mean? However, in some form or fashion, there can be a space for this. There can be. But what we people have to realize, and I say this in general sense, because we cannot just exclude races, we have to include everyone here. We need to start thinking on a different level. You know, eh, all of this, this racial divide is not really causing it's not the coming of the solutions, because what we have to realize is that it doesn't come from that. It just doesn't. Peace does not come from that at all. But I'm just saying, like, we between that, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people do understand it. So I mean, it's not like we don't. But at the end of the day, I believe it's an individual situation also. You know what I mean? Because we look at the fact that other people feel a certain way and they don't want to be taken out of their realm of what they believe. Some people just feel like they should be able to speak their mind and say what the hell they feel and not have nobody criticize them, whether what even if what they're saying or how they're do or what they're doing is dreadful. You know what I'm saying? Like, so the thing is very very serious when we talk about how people really feng shui and shit. You know what I mean? We're looking at a whole function of things. You know what I mean? And honestly, I want to hear from you guys about this, because I really think that this is one of those conversations that we should dig into. And anybody that wants to join tonight's episode, just come on in and do so. You see that link posted, you see that comment, you see that request join button in that corner piece right there at the bottom of the screen there. You know what I'm saying? Hit it down, hit it up, hit it up, hit it up, hit it up. Let's go. I want to talk to you guys. Talk to me about this episode. What do you think about, how do you deal with other people's problems? How do you deal with other people's attitudes? I'm sorry. We're not dealing with problems tonight. But how do we deal with other people's attitudes? How do you maneuver around life with other people's attitudes? You know what I mean? Because, like, this is the craziest thing when we have to go through it. We deal with this daily. It's not always a good thing. It's not always something that we want to deal with, but it's an everyday thing. You do realize that we deal with everybody's emotions, whether it be people we tolerate emotions or people we don't even fucking care about. You know what I'm saying? We do deal with a lot of different emotions. So, you know what I mean? Like, we just want to hear that. We want to hear from you guys what you think about it. And while we go into these different things, I also want to let y'all know y'all should go check out my folks coming up tomorrow night. Yes, it is Tuesday, but tomorrow night at 9 p.m. on the East Coast, but it's like 8 p.m. Central. You know what I mean? Go check out my homegirls, the Gossip and Heifers. Yeah, they come through on all the time, weekly, with a one-time take on YouTube. You get it good. You get the dope. You get the raw. They do it dope. It's dope set. So y'all, trust me, you'll never regret it. You'll enjoy it every minute. It'll be funny. It'll be insightful. You'll be definitely into them. So for my folks, y'all tap in with them. The Gossip and Heifers, Michelle and Rochelle. So y'all know what it is. Check them out. But yeah, man, like we definitely want to dig into that big picture. We want to dig into that. We want to dig into that, you know, because it's really like one of those situations in life where we just put ourselves through these situations, and we're constantly, oh, excuse me, we're constantly having to adjust ourselves for this shit. You know what I mean? It's like, wow, how did how did I go through all of this and then still manage anything feasible? You feel me? Like this would have been okay, but now it's just bouquet. Yeah, straight up bouquet. You know, no good. Can't even do it. So for the most part, I just look at what I know to be the truth and how we've been moving towards, trying to stable staple foundations on, what we are here for. You know what I mean? Being a beacon of truth. You know what I mean? Talking whatever we know could it be it controversial or whatever. You know what I mean? It has its properties, because how is these things not possible when we look at that? You see what I'm saying? There is a such thing as coding things that could have taken place in things that suggested these things. You see what I'm saying? Um, and it could be the coding somebody developed from more arcade, like historical, commonly known historical monuments of history. You know, I done lost my train of thought, but like at the same time, like yo, we're talking about friends, or your the attitudes of other people, and it's to me like a situation of just, what I mean, understanding where it all absorbs itself from. Like what is the situation when we get to that point? You know what I mean? What is then the situation? You know what I mean? Because like if you look at the scenario, we take from example the situation that happened with me earlier today. I mean, I'm kind of upset about the fact that the lady decided to take in offense to the situation. I said I don't understand why she felt so upset at the question of like, how does a blind person navigate a facility like this without assistance? It was a question, and she gave her the most dirtiest attitude about it and said we don't give them any we don't give anyone any fair shakes. Well, we give everyone a fair shake. We give everyone a fair shake, but from what we're realized, more or less, you know what I mean, they obviously don't do well with giving everyone else a okay. That's crazy. It's not free for me, so for you to keep kicking me out, it's like crazy. It's very crazy. The signal just keeps cutting out, and at the weirdest of time, like I was just about to pick up my phone because I need to check a message, I hear you. That's crazy. No, I haven't gotten one. That's crazy. When the last time I called? Oh, wow. 'Cause that's pretty weird. That's pretty weird. I don't know. Like I'm gonna see um, what happens, but something just must have came up. I just got a message from a lady about the about her. It's always something with that damn phone. Hmm. I'm getting these messages. Period. But when did you send this one? Question mark. I just texted you. Did you get it? I had to make sure on in two ways because for some reason it does function weird like this. So while I am having love for the appreciation of T-Mobile's work on tech and internet service, uh, not so much because of now like dealing with the actual phones doing what they're doing. Devices have been more of a see. And if you've been texting since 1 o'clock, I haven't gotten one text. That's strange. Period. I haven't got any text from you. I just sent you the one today. See, and she's on Messenger getting these messages. Yeah, that's kind of ass backwards. Uh, I'm trying to think of that. I'm trying to think about that. I gotta get that figured out because if she's not able to get out, there's something wrong there. I gotta check on that, and I gotta make sure that that's right because I paid for that. You know what time it is. Shout out to my dog DIP spitting out for that equal rights. What it do, man. Yo, you know what we talking about tonight? Tonight we having this conversation, right? So this conversation is all about people's attitudes. How do we deal with people's attitudes? Man, JoJo, what's happening, big dog, bro? Hey, the brothers are in the building. What's up with you? So yeah, man, we having this conversation tonight. We talking about how do you deal with people's attitude because it's not even us all the time. You know, I know some people like to be roguish and do they damn dirty and get out and dirty with shit getting dirty. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, like, let's keep it a buck. How do you deal with other people's attitude? You know what I mean? Cause like I can only say like what I can only speak on from my description because I mean, like I said, I brought you guys a scenario today about my situation. I was dealing with a resource, you know, situation, a resource that I knew was supposed to give me some supplies, you know, while you know entering and navigating the facility. You know, one of the staff there in the facility began to, just upon just having the weirdest attitude over a question that was simple in its nature. Like the question began and the person began to just have such an attitude. So the question was, how does a blind person navigate a facility like this? And then the woman began to just begin to add a whole attitude to the whole situation. It's like, wait a minute, instead of just simply explaining what, if any, accommodations you do, you know what I mean? And just keep it at that. Where did there need to be any attitude involved? That was kind of where I'm going. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so what? How do we deal with? And you know what I mean? That was the whole thing. Like, I said I was thinking that to myself, but of course I never in this scenario said anything aloud. So I just kind of kept to myself because these two ladies were having words. It was just words. I mean, she asked a question and begat, and in a more of a verbal debate, it just spewed into something almost stewing to be, you know, arsogenic. You know what I mean? In nature, it just was like, where did that come from? It was like she had been harnessing flame for that for some time. I mean, I'm not one of those people that like to be like walking around with video cameras and shit all the time. I feel like that might be something to do. That might be something to do because it did kind of feel weird. Like, man, maybe I should have video cam this shit. That shit was kind of crazy, strange. But we are in
strange times these days. I will say that. And to deal with everybody's attitude, you have to have sort of a more tolerable palate, you know what I mean, to sit down with other people. Because, man, if you don't know, I can say I've dealt with a range of people at this point. Not all ranges, but I dealt with a wide range of the normal version that I would consider, you know what I mean, that kind of like, adequate fluctuation of people's, attitudes. Because don't get me wrong, all attitude ain't bad. All attitude is not bad. Like, no, don't ever take me wrong on this whole situation. I get it. You know what I mean? I know. We got to have an attitude that we can do everything in order to know and let others know that, this is a strong, firm entity to stand on. I mean, especially when you're representing yourself out here in the business world, or if you represent yourself out here in the personal world as a human being, you want people to just respect you. So everyone stands on certain things. So at the end of the day, we look for that to stand on. We look for all of that, and that's how we grow. We look for that in each other when we look for the people that we call our friends. We look for that in each other when we find all of these growth spurts in our life. You know what I mean, up until our end. So I mean, for all of this, you know what I mean, connection. You know what I mean. Even after you found, not everybody, is wanting to or even has found, you know what I mean. But on that journey, you know what I'm saying, it's something of a feeling of, you know what I mean, just, having nothing on the mind other than, you know what I mean, how to continue to exist in this space. You know what I mean? And let it be something that flows throughout your entire day, like in a way, it just flows throughout your entire day, that's the way to go for it, like for real. Like, I think it would be a better way to, you know what I mean, just better be at, you know what I mean, life. Because, like, for real, like, I look at the situation like I could have said something too, and of course that would have solved nothing and just added more dumb shit to the shit. You know what I mean? But by me analyzing the whole situation and even seeing that my sister was right, and I could have, like I said, because she was right, could have said something. But I'm saying, ma'am, that's very rude and quite offensive to have such a gross, negligent policy of not being able to at least accommodate a vision impaired client in your facility while navigating a time sensitive area for something of supplies that you're giving access to. You see what I'm saying? So that don't seem like, the kind of adequate assistance someone would be able to acquire without a problem if these accommodations couldn't be met. Yes, they were in a simple form. Yes, anyone who had eyeballs probably could have looked around and found some shit, but at the same time, what about that person that eyes don't work? You know what I mean? What about that person who is seeking these kinds of supplies, but is maybe bedridden? You know what I mean? Like he or she can't, get out of the bed. and get to this facility, to stand in line for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, to, maybe even have to come back later because the line got too long and it would take very, very long to get everything they needed done. And they just wait till the next day. Or the next day was over for them. So, I don't know, y'all. I don't know, y'all. And for me, I feel like it could have all been said the same way even, but with less of the attitude. Because even in that sense, she came off with such a flair, like, oh yeah, like, and she was expecting this to persist, as if she was expecting my assistant to kind of like go ignorant or jump on her or some shit. Like, I was like, wait a minute, oh, you serious? Like, no, that wasn't the whole point of the situation to begin with. That she asked the question, you got an attitude with her, and she said to you, you don't have to speak to me like that. And I don't think that, and honestly, I don't think this is okay, how you are having a man who can't see navigate his way through a facility by himself. Nobody said anything because they were saying the truth. She was speaking the truth. I mean, just saying, there were a lot of racks and there were different things on these racks and there were shelves, and I mean, I could have pretty much, had I, have had, someone aside of me, doing a little more things, but at the same time, it's a lot of tight squeezes through there. There was still a lot of things that needed more of a singular get through to get around. So it was very tight spaces in there too. So at the same time, we're trying to be adequate, right? They have time sensitivity on the matter, right? So it was explained that we were in a time sensitive situation. So, I mean, what do you think? How do you manage people's attitudes? You know what I'm saying? That's today's topic of the day. We were talking about that today if you're in here. But we got about 5 minutes to get up out of here. So, I mean, hey, for what it's worth, if you ever want to check in with this episode and tune in for the talk about it, you know what we're talking about it. We talked about it. Thank you.
You are so very welcome.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, at today's topic, we just wanted to bring you guys some everyday type of scenarios we've been going through, kind of like put it together and bring you guys a little bit of like some real shit that's been taking place with us and kind of bring it to you fold and see how you feel about it. So tonight's episode was talking about how do you manage people's attitudes? How do you manage around people's attitudes? How do you go through life around people's attitudes? You know what I'm saying? Topic of today is managing people's emotions. You know what I mean? Like, if you ever get a chance, check it out again. Hit us up on the recap or rewind. But until time, check us out on the Peasy Show. DM us for them joints because we looking for the New Wave Music Wednesday song of the week this week. Y'all know we got it coming up tomorrow. Check us out. New Wave Music Wednesday. Submit those songs, mrjguns@gmail.com. Or you can drop it in the DMs right here at the Peasy.show, right here on the Peasy Show on IG. Hit it up on the messenger board on Facebook. Or you can also drop me a DM over on WhatsApp. +1 518-776-5154. If you are looking, hit it up. Drop me those links. YouTube, SoundCloud, BandLab, Rap Chat, and MP3s only. We're going that way, all the way. So holla at your boy. We are tapping in with you. This is what we do. We do this every week. I hope you guys are with it today. Because we with it every day. And this is every every day that we are in here, Monday through Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern, baby. That's what we do. That's what we do. So like I said, man, I appreciate you guys for joining us tonight, man. This was like one of my talks that I have with you guys. Like I sit down and we have these little conversations and shit, man. Cause bruh, we be having some shit going on outside. And the world be full of it. The world just be full of it. So, you know, we gotta have a time to sit down and talk about some shit, man. Get this shit off our chests and feel this real shit going on out here, you know. But look us up tonight, tomorrow night for New Wave Music Wednesday, man. I told you we got you on there and jump off the jump off. We about to jump off with the jump off. You know how we jump off. Yeah. But yeah, it's just a little bit of shit we be pulling up with, man. I appreciate y'all for being around on this little bit right here. You know, it's been a lot of things that I've been just, you know what I'm saying, trying to manifest to get things going, you know. But hey, it takes time, right? And I got time. Got time. You know that's right. Gotta get it right. So, you know, we making moves, man, making things happen every day, just trying to figure it all out and put it together. You know what I mean? So, like I said, it's what we do. It's what we do. It's what we do. So what you know is what you knew. Because what you do is what you do. Yeah. But you know, y'all know what we do here, man. We love kicking it, kung fu, kicking it with all y'all, doing what we do the best, doing how I do. And I mean, like I said, man, it's always a fun time when we vibe with y'all, man. I appreciate all of y'all for being here and being with the show and with us, man, every week, man. Because this shit takes a lot to get set up, especially making sure that everything we doing is, you know, good. You know what I mean? Everything is clean. Y'all can still at least see the show. Y'all can see us on the screen. You know what I mean? So,
Marvin, here's your reminder.
Appreciate you.
It's time to get out of here.
Love you guys, man. We up out of here. Peace. I like. You know who it is.
Marvin, here's your reminder.